And in fact, the funny thing about Chivener is they don't fail many people, despite all this pretty harsh environment. Right. Anyway, off I went to 8th Squadron. And the funny thing about that was my mother had to sign to say that I could have a passport to go to a war zone.
That's mad.
Well, I was 19 or something, and I think you had to be 21. I can't remember now.
Yeah. So yeah, what was the Hunter like to fly?
Well, it is what everybody says about the Hunter. It's a pretty old-fashioned inside, really, even then. Black instruments. I think if you'd flown a Spitfire, it didn't look much different, frankly, inside. But an absolutely wonderful airplane. Pretty quick, handled really nicely. Combat-wise, it's a biggish wing, and it was a great airplane. Yeah, I had nothing against it. Really nice airplane. It needed a replacement by that time, which we got.
Yeah,
because we got the Harrier in the end, and the Phantom ground attack. So, yeah, it was a great airplane. But as everybody has said, it's rather like Spitfire. Everybody says it's a great airplane to fly.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, and that's true. And it was a good platform too. When I got onto the squadron, and we did weapons work and the like. And at Chivener, we did a lot of weapons work. So, which actually I was okay. I felt about that big most of the time, frankly. But my morale was pretty low. But yeah, I sort of sailed through eventually.
So how many hours did you get on the Hunter?
Do you know, I wondered if you'd ask me that, because I did a tour after that in Aden, and that was 2 years worth. I'm guessing 600-700.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
I'm just guessing from a tour. And also, when I eventually went, I was posted to 1 squadron, because there was 8 squadron in the Middle East, and I was posted to 1 squadron. And for the first 6 months, we actually continued to fly the Hunter before going on to the Harrier.
So let's move on to your Harrier time. How did this transition come about? Was it inevitable, or did you choose to go on to the Harrier?
No, I just got posted, and in the tours in the Middle East were 2 years, and so when it started coming up, and I was concerned that I would go either to CFS, kiss of death, or back to Chivener, which I didn't particularly want to do that either. And so when they said no, you're going to 1 squadron, and I knew they were getting the Harrier, that was it. Absolutely wonderful. I didn't ask for it. Would never have asked for it. I would never imagine that I was there. I'll just go back a little bit, because we've suddenly moved away from what I wanted was the Lightning, and I'll tell you how that came about. At Valley, the Lightning guy, who was a real Lightning guy, steely-eyed fighter pilot, all that good stuff, gave a presentation about the Lightning and extolled all its virtues. And then right at the end he said, however, he said, if I had my time again, I'd go on the Hunter. He said, because the Lightning is unbelievably wonderful and quick and all that good stuff that we all know about, but it's boring. It's just blasting up to 40,000 feet, chasing a bear delta and coming home short of fuel.
How can that be boring?
Yes, well, if you do it day in, day out.
I suppose.
And the other thing is quite frightening sometimes, because a friend of mine was on Lightnings, and they do low-level intercepts with no rad alt.
Oh God.
Yeah. So that's a bit scary. So I thought, oh, really? I thought, okay, I'll take note of that. And the other thing happened just at the end of the course. I was having breakfast with one of the instructors, and he said, "Oh, what's your choices then?" And I thought I'd better not say Hunters. He'll laugh me out of court here. I said, Canberras? And he said, "No. What do you really want to go on?" And I said, Hunters. He said, "Say Hunters then, for God's sake. You don't know how you've done on the course, so get on with it." Got Hunters.